Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Cortez Kennedy for enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Dixie Fraley Keller.
This is awesome. Thank you, Dixie. I love you so much. Growing up in Wilson, Arkansas, it never crossed my mind that someday I'll be standing here with all these wonderful players in the Hall of Fame. I've been truly blessed to have a surrounded by so many people that cares. Blessed to have supported on and off the field, and blessed to have great parents to keep me humble. To my dad, Joe Harris, you've always been a great balancing factor in my life. I can remember not doing my chores right, cutting the yard. I didn't cut the yard right, and you made me cut the grass at 5 o'clock in the morning in the dark. You said do it right the first time, and you won't have to do it again. I got the point. Don't take the shortcut. But since I'm older, if I didn't cut it right in the daytime, what the heck I'm gonna do in the nighttime? I'm just throwing that out there right now. You know, that don't seem right to me. But thank you for many nights we talk on the phone throughout my career. And thank you for teaching me how to be a man. I love you so much. Thank you, Dad. My mom, I love you so much. I'll never forget when you made me quit football my sophomore year for having bad grades. You remember that? My high school football team went to the state championship. My mom sent me a postcard saying, wishing you was here. I tell you what, that was the turning point of my life, because you know how much I love football. But when you sent me that postcard, I said, you wanted me there, you should have took me there. But I understand, you care about me as a son than a football player. I love you so much. My senior year went up going 13-0. We won the state championship. I'd like to thank my teammates at Rivercrest High School. I'd like to thank Coach Danny Graham and Mike Smith, who's in attendance today. I ended up getting a scholarship to Northwest Mississippi Junior College. My mom and dad sent me to stay with my cousin Lee English. Lee was my role model growing up. He was a great quarterback at Rivercrest High School. And anything Lee did, I want to be just like him. So Lee helped me get a job delivering pizza. That didn't fit well with Coach Bobby Franklin, my junior college coach. I always had a problem with my weight. So Coach Franklin said, Cortez, where are you working? I said, I'm delivering pizza. He said, what, you delivering pizza? What, Cortez? I said, Coach, I'm delivering pizza. He said, for 5 weeks, I got a note in the mail, eat those pizza or I'm gonna cut you. So I came back to camp and got out the car, and Coach Bobby Ray Franklin said, Cortez, you look great. I'd like to thank my teammates at Northwest Mississippi Community College. I'd like to thank Coach Franklin and Coach Ron Stark for helping me get to the next level. I ended up getting a scholarship at the University of Miami. Like Mike Irvin said a couple years ago, we love the University of Miami. I thought when I went to the Miami I was gonna be the big dog until we had to run a conditioning test, a 20-minute conditioning test. After 5 minutes, I broke down. I was tired. I thought I was seeing Cowboys and Indians. And I was gonna quit, but Coach Weinstein said, Cortez, we do not quit at the U. And I said, Coach, I will not quit. So the next day, We had to run 110s. Coach Jimmy Johnson said, Cortez, you didn't make it. We're going to run another one. So I panicked. You know, if you got to run another sprint at the University of Miami, you know how Miami players are. They do not play that. So I turned to Coach Shannon. I said, Coach, Randy Shannon. I said, I made it, Randy. He said, Cortez, we know that. Coach Johnson just playing mind games to see if you going to quit. I'll tell you what, if it weren't for Coach Shannon, I wouldn't be here today. Coach Shannon, a lot of people said, Cortez, you did it on your own. But I did a lot on my own. But Coach Shannon taught me how to work. I didn't know how to work. He stayed in my apartment during training camp and trained me the whole summer. And Russell Merlin can contest to this. Randy Shannon slept on my floor at my apartment. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and try to sneak in the refrigerator and get something to eat. And Randy said, Tez, get out of there. I was like, Randy, do you ever go to sleep? But I tell you what, at the University of Miami with Randy Shannon, Russell Merlin, myself, and Randy Shannon, we used to run, and these older guys can contest to this, that we had to lose weight. We had a black garbage bag running the hill trying to lose weight. I'm talking about that's how bad we need to lose weight, and that's how Coach Shannon trained me. But I want to thank Coach Randy Shannon for everything he did for me at the University of Miami. So thank you, Coach Shannon. I tell you what, I'll never forget that day when Coach Harrison came in that room and said, Cortez Kennedy, you the starting right defensive tackle. I called Randy Shannon, I said, Randy, I'm the starting defensive tackle. Randy said, Tez, it's your job to lose. I said, I'm not going to lose it. That year, the University of Miami ended up winning the national championship. We beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Roll Tide Roll. That year, I was the MVP of the University of Miami. I would like to thank my teammates, Russell Merlin, Greg Marker, who's present today. I also want to thank Coach Jimmy Johnson, Coach Harrison, and Coach Ed Oderon, my D-line coach. Thank you, coaches. I'd like to thank the Seahawks owner, Ken Hoffman and Ken Barron. I'd like to thank Paul Allen for owning the team now. I'd like to thank John Nordstrom, the original Seahawks owner who's here today. Of course, I held out my whole first year in training camp. I started 2 games. I played a lot. I made the all-rookie team. But I'm in Arkansas having a good time during the off-season. I get a call from my pro player personnel director. Said, Cortez, they got you in the magazine saying you run up for the bus. I said, a bus? Bus what? He said, that means you didn't have a good year, you sucked. I said, I'll tell you what, Coach Mike, I'll show you. I'll be better than next year. So the next year I had 6 sacks in 6 games. I'm on a roll. I'm playing good. But you know, when football players, we get injured. For 4 weeks, I didn't practice. I played in the game. Coach Chuck Knox, one game we played after the 4 weeks, Coach Knox said, Cortez looked kind of heavy out there. So that Sunday, I get a call to the office, said, Cortez, we need to put you on the scale on Monday. So I ended up weighing 323 pounds and my weight was 303. So I get a call back to the office. Coach Knox said, Cortez, if you're not at your weight by Friday, I'm gonna fine you $100 a pound. Woo. But any of my friends know me, I'm not giving up no money, any money. So you forget that. So a little bird told me, you know how them little birds is? Somebody said, Cortez, Chuck gonna weigh you on game day. I said, holy cow. Come in Sunday. Coach Knox called me to the office again. We need to weigh you. So I get on the scale, I'm 305. I had a decent game, played pretty good. We won the football game, one of the games we won. Chuck Knox called me in the office Monday morning. I said, man, I feel like going to the principal office, all these office calls I'm getting. I said, Coach said, Cortez, I'm proud of you with your weight. You got your weight down. So me being a smart aleck, I said, Coach, you didn't say that when I had 6 sacks in 6 games. Boy, he turned red. He said, Cortez, get out of my office right now. I said, for real? He said, you get your smart aleck out of my house. I walked out the office, shut the door. I like, woo! I don't have to wait on Sundays anymore. Thank you, Coach Knox. I tell you what, that summer, that year I made the Pro Bowl. I went in as an alternate. I called my buddy Jerome Brown. Said, Jerome, I made the Pro Bowl. And Jerome told me, said, Cortez, you didn't earn it. I said, didn't earn it? What you mean? Cortez, you did not earn the Pro Bowl. I said, okay. I said, Jerome, I'll talk to you later. So the next week, we go to the Pro Bowl. Jerome said, Tez, come here. He said, I'm gonna tell you something. I said, what? He said, the reason I said you didn't earn it, because you need to start, get voted as a starter or make the Pro Bowl. Don't back yourself in. I said, thank you, Jerome. I said, I got the point. That summer, we ended up losing Jerome Brown. He died in a car wreck with his nephew Gus. I ended up changing my number from 96 to 99 to honor Jerome. We only won 2 games that year, like Chris Berman said, 14 losses. I ended up being the player of the year. That was a tough year. Coach Flores can contest to that. I felt so bad for Coach Flores being the head coach because we didn't have 0 offense. Defense was top 10 in the country. That's bad when you go to the game when the defensive coordinator said, guys, we're not going to win the game. Let's don't embarrass ourselves. You know we in for a long year then. I'd like to thank Jacob Green and Joe Nash. Jacob, thank you for helping me get involved with the community. You're one of the reasons I started my football clinic in Arkansas. Joe Nash, thank you for helping me with my technique. And I'd like to thank my rookie club, my class that came in 1990 with me. Robert Blackman, Terry Wooden, and Chris Warren. I love you guys. I'd like to thank my D-line coach, Tommy Brazier. You kept me going, you kept me focused, and you taught me how to be a pro on the football field. You stayed on my butt, and you never let me get complacent. Thank you, Tommy Brazier. To all my head coaches in Seattle, I had a lot. Chuck Knox, Tom Flores here today. I love you, Coach Flores. Dennis Erickson, Mike Holmgren. I thank each of you for your leadership and your support. I learned a lot from you guys. Thank you, Coach Holmgren, for taking me to my first playoffs. I also like to say a special word about a special person, a former teammate of mine, Walter Jones. You will be the next Seahawks stand up here, Walter. You have your jersey retired in Seattle. In a couple more years, Walter, I hope you up here in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Good luck, Walter Jones. I also want to thank my buddy Darryl Fullerton. Darryl, thank you for helping me run my football clinic. My football clinic would not be a success because of you, Darryl. Thank you, bud. I'd like to thank Mike Gibson, my personal lawyer, my best friend. Mike, thank you for looking after my business throughout my career and to today. Thank you, Mike Gibson. Life after football isn't always easy. We heard about that lately. I'd like to thank General Manager Mickey Loomis of the New Orleans Saints. Mickey was the vice president of the Seahawks. Mickey was the vice president of the Seahawks when I played there. I called him after I retired and asked could I help during training camp. He said, Ted, sure you can come and work with us. I worked for 3 years with the D-line with the Saints, the last 6 years of special advisory. I'd like to thank Mr. Benson for allowing me to be a part of the Saints organization. And thank you, and I want to thank Coach Payton for taking us to the Super Bowl. Coach, that ring looked good on our finger. Thank you, Coach Payton. One of the most important people in my life who instilled professionalism in me was my agent, Robert Fraley. Robert, you not only taught me how to be a pro on and off the field, you taught me how to surround myself with people possessing special traits. You stressed the importance of doing the right thing and treating people the right way. You was a great listener. Robert, if I had a problem, I'd come to you and seem like you would solve anything. You remain near to me, Robert, and you remain dear to my heart. Everything you told me, Robert, I believe. Robert, it's been 13 years since we lost you in a plane crash. I miss you so much. I'm so grateful for Dixie could represent you here today. Thank you, Robert, and I believe you're looking down from heaven right now. Thank you, Robert Fraley. I thanked Mickey Loomis earlier. I also want to thank Randy Mueller, who was the GM for the Seahawks when I was there. This showed the class act of the Seahawks organization. When I broke my ankle in 1997, the first two people who came to my house was Randy Mueller and Mickey Loomis. Mickey, you guys don't know how much that meant to me for you to, when I broke my ankle, I'm sitting at home crying like a baby because I can't play football anymore. That meant a lot to me. But the only problem I have with Mickey and Randy, when you remember when these free agents come out? So I get a call from Mickey or Randy. Randy said, Cortez, you need to lose weight. I said, lose weight? This during the off season, I did blow up to about 330 pounds. So 2 days later, a free agent come in. I get a call from Mickey and Randy. Tez, we need you to go to dinner with us. I said, go to dinner with you? You just told me I need to lose weight. You need to make up your mind. You seem like you playing politics now. But I thank you, Mickey Loomis and Randy Mueller. I would like to thank Peter McLaughlin, the Seahawks president, Gary Wright, I told you I'd talk more than 5 minutes, Sandy Gregory, Dave Newbert, Julie Barber, Shar Cora, Cindy Kelly, Chuck Honor, and Dave Pearson. I want to especially thank Eric Kennedy and Brad Mellon, my equipment guys. Thank you for making me look good on Sunday, guys. I'd like to thank my trainers, Jimmy Weissel, Todd Sperber, Sam Ramsey, and Paul Federici. Thank you guys for keeping me healthy. And I also like to thank my strength coach, Kent Johnson and Dana LeDuc. Dana LeDuc, you know I love you, buddy. And I'd like to special thanks to my doctor, Dr. Brad Sharp, Dr. All, Dr. Ed Caffrey, Dr. Heron. Thank you for taking care of me throughout my playing career and today. Thank you, doctors. And I also want to thank my childhood doctor, Dr. Reggie Cullen. Thank you for taking care of me when I was younger, and thank you for taking care of me now. Thank you, Dr. Cullen. I love the people I work with. I'm not just talking about all the players and the coaches and the equipment guys. I'm talking about the Seahawks fan, the 12th man. Steve Larger is in the Hall of Fame. I'm in the Hall of Fame, and the 12th man, you in the Hall of Fame with the Seahawks. Thank you very much. To my daughter, Courtney, you mean so much to me. I'm so proud of you, the student athlete you are becoming, and I trust every day that you will be the person that I thought you were. You know, at the house, in my room, I always tell you this. When you was born, I held you in my arm. I prayed I said, I will protect you, I will love you, and I will not let anybody harm you, ever. Thank you, Cortez, for being one of my biggest fans. But Courtney, like we've been saying the last couple of weeks, 250 more days, you got to get out, go to college, get out the house. You know you can always come home to me, Daddy's little girl. This day, right now, this moment, it's all about those who came to gave themselves along the way, those who provided support, and those who have cheered. It's all about the 12th man. It's all about those that have come before and those who will come after. It's all about my beautiful daughter, Courtney. It is all about the players and friends I laughed with over the years. It is about all my teammates I cried with over the years, both in victory and defeat. It's not about winning or losing. It's so much bigger than that. It's about the relationship and about sharing and working hard together. It's about not taking a shortcut. God bless America, and God bless the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you very much.